your mat for me, and we're going to begin sitting down today. We're going to get some length in your hamstrings, and I'm also going to release your hips. Amazing. So let's begin coming up onto our knees. So I'm going to face you sideways on, guys, but obviously you go wherever you can see me best. Okay, so all I'd like you to do from here is step one leg forwards for me. So you're just going to drive through your leg. Good. That knee is driving forward there. So I want you to be able to feel, if I show you front ways on here, I want you to be able to feel a really nice release right down your hip flexor. So you've got your knee over your toes there for me. Good. And it's driving in line with your ankle. And just release, and then just press that back. So we're going to lengthen. Bring hands on your hips and softly release down. Good. Good morning. Release. That was a capital good morning. I like that. And then bend again for me. So you're going to inhale, release, press forwards. Good. And then softly release. Now, if this feels a little bit uncomfortable resting on your knees, which it does for some people, you're going to keep going with that for me, by the way, as I just talked to you. If this feels a little bit uncomfortable on your knees, I'd like you to get your towel or your block and pop it underneath the knee that's on the floor. And that's going to give you a little bit more support. Good, lengthen and... Oh, it's Chris Ellis. I've just realised who that is. It's in capitals. I couldn't see Chris. Sit forward for me. Good. And then just lengthen. Lovely work. Let's do a couple more here. So I'm pressing my foot into the floor as I drive forwards. And then look, as I come back, I'm leaving my foot flat today. I know, cheeky. Release. And then just stay there for me. Just relax your shoulders and pop your fingertips down towards the floor. Now, if you're anything like me, and you do lots of sort of cardio and lifting classes, you're going to feel like you want to get a pair of scissors and just cut behind your leg. Yeah. Let's just relax here. Just take a nice breath. Good. Perfect. Okay, release for me. I'm just going to switch legs here. So bring that leg in, and if you want to pop it on your towel or your block, feel free to do so. And then step the other leg forward. So I'm going to face you so that I can... And then lengthen and release. So you're going to release and sit back. So again, bring the hands towards your hips, slide, and hold right there. Good. How does that feel on this side? Do you notice a difference? Inhale and lift. Do you notice a difference between your right and your left side? Good. Lengthen and release. Oh, I like your love hearts, Chris. I can't read what you're putting, but I can see the love hearts. I'm quite short-sighted and my screen is far away. Release and press back. Good. Just stay with this. So we're just limbering up here, guys. Good. Well done. Now this time we're going to stay back. Okay, so just stay back for me. Bring the fingertips down and just relax your shoulders. Super duper. Okay, slowly rise and we're going to have a seat. So if you wanted to use your yoga block, if you have one, let me grab my trusty yoga block from the corner of my snug here. You can sit on your yoga block if you want to, or you can sit on your folded towel. Okay, so if you're feeling a little bit tight through your hips, this is going to elevate you a little bit. So do feel free to use those props. Whoops. If you need to. I just sat on my head mic wire. Ever the professional. You know me, gang. Okay, let's sit here nice and tall. So push your sit bones down into the floor for me, would you? And now I want you to imagine that you've got a helium balloon, okay? I know it might not be your birthday, but you've got a balloon. And it's on the top of your head, and it's lifting you up through the crown of your head, up to the ceiling. And then just release your hands by your side. So your legs are just sitting comfortably. If it doesn't feel good for you to sit in a cross-leg position, just take one leg out. That's absolutely fine. So let's bring the right hand down to the right side, and we're going to inhale and lift up before we slide out to the side. Now as I slide, I'm keeping my sit bones glued, and then I'm going to release and bring that hand back down. We're going to do the same again on that same side. So inhale and lift. I want you to keep those sit bones glued. Good. Exhale and release. Now for the moment, we're keeping the chest facing front. Lift up. Lovely work. Just slide the hand out. And release. I'm just getting you a little bit mobile. One more here for me, gang. Lift up. Good. And softly release. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. So let the left hand slide down. You're going to inhale and lift the right arm and softly press over. Good. Release and come back through again. Inhale, release. We're going to lift take a little lengthen and come on through. We've got a couple more here. Oh, always starts off so nicely, this class, doesn't it? Release and come on down. I get so many messages from people saying, oh, it starts really nice and then it just gets evil. Sorry about that. Release and stay there. Okay, let's just relax the shoulders. And we're going to bring some mobility now to your lower spine. So if I could ask you to take your legs out for me, and I'm going to ask you to flex your feet here. So you're pushing right the way through the soles of your feet. Jasbinder! Push through the soles of your feet for me and lift up again through the spine. So again, if this doesn't feel good for you sitting like this, pop yourself on top of your cushion or a yoga block. Inhale for me and lift the arms out to the side. So I want you to get to imagine we've still got that helium balloon on the top of our head. Inhale, you're going to slide. You're going to just twist towards that right side. And then exhale, come back through to center. Good. Inhale, we turn. So now, as well as having that balloon on the top of your head, I'm also in your room with you. Imagine how good that would be. Imagine the fun we'd have. And I'm pulling on your fingertips. Good. So you're lengthening. Lovely job. Can you feel that spine just beginning to get warm? Keep going for me. So we're really lifted here and lengthened. And as you're working, we're going to try to release the shoulders down away from the ears. That's it. Well done. So just take that little twist and come back through to center. Can we do one more, gang? Yeah, of course you can. So we're just turning and releasing. Good. Just release the arms down for me. Give your shoulders just a little shrug. Bring the right hand down onto the leg, lift the left arm nice and high, and just softly reach across. So we're releasing all the way through, and then coming up through center. Now, if this doesn't feel good for you, bend your knees a little bit. Lift up for me, and softly reach to the other side. Perfect. Release and rise, and let's do the same again. So we inhale to lift, release and press over. Good. And softly let go. Let's do another one here. Inhale, we lift. Ooh, perfect. Okay, let's just release and give your shoulders a little bit of a shrug. Are we feeling good to go? Excellent. Okay, let's roll ourselves over and we're going to begin today doing our side lying work. So if I can ask you to lie on your right side for me, and we're going to lengthen along your mat. Let me just see any pressing comments coming through that I need to respond to. Oh, I'm pleased you're on holiday, Jasbinder. Going back to work. I've missed you. Okay, so we're going to lie side lying along our mat. Again, I'm just going to try not to lie on my wires. Honestly, it's real world struggles this, I tell you. Now, if you wanted to put your towel or your cushion underneath you here, feel free to do so. Let's get lengthened first, shall we? So, we're going to be working legs, glutes and core here. So I like to line my body up with the back edge of my mat so that I'm lying nice and long here, okay? It's a really good guide to use. And we're going to settle on down. And bring the head just into our hand. So as I look down, I've got one lovely long line right the way down my body. And my feet are stacked on top of each other. So hopefully you can see that those are stacked there. Now we're looking at the hips here in particular. What tends to happen is as we get a little bit fatigued, we either tend to roll all the way forwards or more commonly, we tend to roll back. So I want you to think about keeping your hips totally squared and on top of each other, okay, all the time we're working. Now your top hand's going to come onto the floor, so I'm bringing my left hand just onto the floor there. Lovely. And just press all the way down through the mat for me. Nice. Now as you inhale, we're going to lift that top leg away from the lower leg. So you're going to inhale for me and lengthen the leg up. So we lift, and then you're going to slide that leg down. Good. Inhale, you lift up. Perfect. And then softly release, come on down. Good. So the only movement here, guys, is just in that leg as it's lifting. So everything else is still. You're going to do a total of 8 of these, and we've done 3 so far. Everything else is still and stable. So it's just that top leg where the movement comes in. So we inhale, lift, let the leg float. Exhale, pull back down. Good. So again, make sure that you're not rolling back and you're not looking up to the ceiling. You're keeping those hips squared and your fingertips are resting on the floor in front of you, and that's going to keep everything nice and centered. Perfect, well done. Good job, guys. Rising again for me. Perfect. And release that leg down. Good. Now, once you've completed your 8 of these, you can just take a little breather. I'm going to do a couple more, just in case some of you are not quite there yet. So we lift and release. So you're really drawing your belly button in here. We're in that lovely long neutral position. Now we're going to still work with that same top leg that's going to be doing the movement. Now this time I'd like you to bring your heels together. So you're going to lift that leg up for me, and then you're going to flex the foot and pull the heel back down. So heel comes to heel. Inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, slide back down. Yes, well done. Inhale, lift up for me. Exhale, you flex the foot and slide down. So it feels as if you're sliding down a wall, doesn't it? Yes, Michelle, it does. I know. I've enjoyed these chats I've had with myself. Good, well done. Lift up and slide back down. Perfect. Well done. Take a break whenever you need to, okay? How are we feeling with this one? Good. So you're going to start to feel outside of the leg, back of the leg, and your glutes doing some work. And also what's happening is that the muscles in your core, and don't forget that those muscles run all the way around you like a band, they're also engaged because they're making sure that you're not tipping forward and tipping back. So it's a really great exercise for building core strength here as well. Good. Okay. So once you've finished your 8, you can just take a quick breather there, and we're going to stay put with the legs exactly as they are as I get myself set up again. Okay, now that same top leg is going to be on the move. It's going to lift all the way up for me. Good, you're going to bend the leg and it's going to tap the toe to the inside of the thigh. We'll slide down the leg and we'll lift again. So we're tapping the toe and sliding down our leg. Good. I love this exercise. Push away and lift. So again, I'm not overextending that because what I don't want you to do here is start to roll back. So making sure that you're still facing the screen as you lift and slide that foot down. Good work, well done. We rise, lengthen, flex, and come on down. Good. Perfect work. Lift up and press down. Good. Let's do a couple more here, guys. How are we feeling with this? Good. Yes. Here's your last one. So we rise, lift all the way up, flex, and slide back down. Good job. Well done. Okay, we're going to change position just very slightly, and I'd like you to bring both legs in. So the legs are both bent. They're still stacked on top of each other. We're still going to leave the left fingertips just resting down on the floor, and you're going to leave your feet where they are. This time we're going to open the legs. So we're kind of opening a little bit like a clam, and then we're releasing the legs back down. So we open, good, and then we release. You're going to feel this in your butt, and you're welcome. Release, let that breath go. Good. So remember, during our Pilates practice, keep going for me, we're always concentrating on breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth, and we breathe nice and wide. So in our yoga practice, if you practice yoga with me or with anybody else, you'll notice that we breathe into the belly, and in Pilates, we breathe nice and wide. Good, well done. So you're breathing in through the nose and letting the breath go through the mouth. Good, well done. So you're just simply opening and closing the legs for me. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Good. Perfect. Okay. Now, just release for me there. Good job. I keep relying on my wires today. Good. Now, this time we're going to leave that lower leg bent. You're going to lengthen the leg away from you. Lovely work. You're going to flex your foot. You're going to slide the leg forwards towards me so that I can see the sole of your foot. And then you're going to press that leg back. So I've left the right lower leg bent. Press all the way forwards for me so I can see the sole of your foot. Point the toes and slide back. So as I slide back, I'm staying in line with my spine. I'm not taking the leg behind me. Okay, I'm just taking it in line with the back of the mat there, as I was before. Good. So this should feel as if you're sliding your leg through water. That's it, well done. So you're pressing forwards with a lovely flexed foot and then pointing your toe as you come back. Good. Well done, guys. Let's do a few more here. Nearly there, nearly there. Good work. So in just a moment, we are going to change position. So I'm going to give you a little breather from this series before we come back, and we'll do the other side in just a little while. So don't worry, I haven't forgotten about it. Can you do me 2 more here? Yeah, you can. Don't you say no. You say no, but you mean yes. Good. Perfect. Okay, roll over for me. Let's come onto our tummies. You can face any direction you fancy. I'm going to face this way just so I've got a little bit more room overhead here. So if you wanted to use your towel or your cushion, please feel free to do so, because we're going to be resting with the hands underneath our head. This is where you lie on the floor and you quickly decide whether you need to hoover. Tell me you're not thinking, do I need to hoover? Aren't you? I know. I need to hoover. I have 2 dogs, so I always need to hoover. That's all I'm saying. Okay, hands underneath your head for me. I don't think you guys have met my dogs, have you? It's probably best. Now, as you're working here, you're going to have your forehead resting on your hands. Stay there for me as I just get you set up with your legs. So sometimes we work in this position with our legs wide, and this morning we're going to begin with working with legs hanging from our hips. So if I was looking down at you, if I was standing over you, your legs would be in one lovely long line. Your toenails are going to be down on the floor and you're lying just nice and long. Now let's just talk about what we can feel in contact with the floor here. So as you're working, you're going to be feeling your ribs, your navel, your pubic bone and your hips on the floor. We're going to begin by working just by lifting the upper body off the floor. So we're going to leave our feet anchored on the mat. So taking a nice big breath in, you're going to inhale and lift the arms off the floor. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly release back down. Good. Let's rise again. So inhale, lift off. Exhale, slowly release back down. Now, as you're doing this, obviously we're doing a little bit of mobility work here, but you're also really working into that back. And I'd like you to squeeze your glutes here as well as you lift up. So we're firing up the glutes as well. Release back down. Inhale, lift off. Exhale, slowly lower down. So as you're lifting, you are lifting off the floor. However, you're still able to feel ribs, navel, hips, pubic bone on the floor. Does that sound good? Excellent, well done. So just inhale to lift, and then it's as if, so it kind of as if, you know when you get one of those really nice tubs of expensive ice cream, like Haagen-Dazs or something like that, and they have that film on top of them that you peel back. You're peeling back the film, and then you're deciding you really can't afford the calories, and you're putting it back down again and feeling sad. It's that point, okay? That's what we're doing. You know that that's how I'm feeling, don't you? Good, well done. Let's go again. Now this time, we're going to leave the upper body still. So leave your head down, and you're going to lift your legs for me, and they're going to take a little kick. So I'm literally, I know I'm lifting my head, but I want you to have your head down. I'm lengthening my legs and I'm just swimming with my legs here. So I'm kicking. Now I'm not bending my legs at this point. My legs are long. I'm engaging my glutes so that I can lengthen and kick my legs. Yeah? Okay, so we're going to leave the upper body still, lift the legs off and just go for a little swim. So it's a lovely warm day and we're going for a little swim in the sea or in the pool if you don't like the sea. And you're lengthening along the floor. Good. Now slowly release the legs back down and let's incorporate a little bit of both in our next movement. So to begin with, you're going to inhale, lift the upper body, exhale, lower back down. Lift the legs and kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop the legs down and then lift the upper body again. Good. Upper body lowers, legs are long and we kick. 8, 7. Good. So you're really working strongly in the legs, guys. Lower down. rise again. So we lift off, lower down, and then we go swimming. Good. Now, perhaps that feels okay for you and you feel like you want to stay at that level. If you've got little lower back twinges and it doesn't feel quite good for you to do both at the same time, you can just stay with alternating. However, if you'd like to lift the upper body and kick the legs at the same time, let's live life dangerously and do it, shall we? Are you ready? Okay, cool. So let's all begin together. So you're lying down on your mat. Inhale, lift off of me, stay lifted, and just kick your legs. So you're lengthening. Good. So it's really good for us. We're taking 8 kicks here before we lower back down. It's really good for us to work in this posterior chain here. Good. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And slowly release back down. Good. Rise again. So you're peeling off the floor. Lengthening. Remember, if this doesn't feel good for you guys, just stay with alternating between the upper body and the lower body. Okie dokie. Good. Well done. So as you're working, you're really squeezing your butt so that we're engaging and firing up those glutes. That's it. Well done. Let's keep going here. Nice. Okay. Stay with it for me. Excuse me. Perfect. Now you're going to do 2 more sets here and then we're going to move on, but we are going to stay lying on our tummies. Good. So if you feel like you've had enough, guys, just take a breather, come back down, and you can join in again. Okay, are we good? Excellent. Okay, now this time we're going to release the arms from underneath our head and we're going to have the hands resting just by our side. So this time I'd like you to inhale for me and you're going to lift off the floor. So you're pressing the hands into the mat and then you're going to exhale and slowly release back down. So we inhale, peel off just a little bit. So you pull the shoulders away from the ears and then exhale, release back down. Good. Inhale, rise again. So you'll notice here I'm keeping the elbows down on the mat and my legs are staying exactly as they are, exactly as they were rather. If you'd like some more here, inhale and peel off and you're going to begin just to lift a little bit more. So we're pressing the hands into the floor. Good. And then exhale and slowly release back down. Good. Leave those toenails glued to the mat, would you? So inhale, peeling up just a little bit, or if you'd like a little bit more, lengthen, squeeze in the butt, exhale, slowly release back down. So we're looking for real control in the movement. Inhale, press up. Good. We're looking for precise control, slow, purposeful movement. Let's rise again. Inhale, push up. Good. Release back down. Okay, let's do 2 more, guys. So inhale, press up. You remember you could just come up a little bit if you want to. And lower back down. And here's your last one. Inhale, press, 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 press. Push up, relax the shoulders. And softly release back down. Perfect. Okay, let's stay here, guys, shall we? So just stay exactly as you are. You're going to lengthen your legs away from you. This time you're going to bring your legs in and I'm going to click my heels together. So I've got my feet turned out here and my heels are clipped together. I'm going to inhale, I'm going to peel off the floor, squeeze and lift. So I'm lifting the thighs off the floor and then exhale, release and lower the head down, lower the chest. Inhale, peel up. So as I peel up, I'm pushing the hands into the floor and I'm lifting my thighs away from the mat. Good. Exhale, slowly release back down. Good. So as you're working in this position, I'm hoping that you can really feel those glutes engaging. Lovely. And we're really working here on strengthening our back. So we're pressing up off the floor, relaxing your shoulders, squeeze and hold. Good. Let's do a couple more here. Inhale, press up, push the hands into the floor. Lovely work. And release back down. Okay, let your legs just go for me. Push yourself up. And do you remember that side lying sequence that we did a moment ago, resting on your right side? You were hoping I'd forgotten, weren't you? No chance. Let's lie on our left side. Get yourself set up. Again, make sure you can see what's going on. Let me swizzle the biggest head mic belt in the world round. It's massive, this thing. Okay, so you're lying on your side. Head is resting in your hand and you're lengthening along the floor. So again, just use your mat as your guide to make sure that you're lined up and you're in one lovely long line and your head is resting just in your hand. So you've got your feet stacked on top of each other. That's it, well done. And your right hand is resting on the floor in front of you. Perfect. Making sure those hips, remember, stay nice and level and we're not looking up to the ceiling, we're staying looking forwards. Okay guys, let's lift up. Lift that leg up for me and softly release, flex and push back down. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slide back down. Good. So it's as if you're squeezing water out of a balloon in between your legs. I know, where do I come up with these things from? I really don't know. Press down. Good. We're doing 8 here in total. So we're lifting up. Good. Exhale, slide and pull back down. How are we feeling? Good? Excellent. So you're still lifting and lowering with those legs. Nice. Good job. Okay, well done. Have a breather whenever you need to. So you're just lifting and sliding back down. Good. Let's bring those heels together and make a really concerted effort here as we're pressing into the floor, lifting up. So you're kind of lifting away from the floor. You're going to lift, flex and drive heels in. Good. Lift up, flex and click your heels together. So you're clicking your heels together as you come back down towards the mat. Good, well done. That's it. If this feels a little bit too much for you, you can release, bring everything down, take a little breather and just stay with a straight leg lift and lower, or you can bend your lower leg. This time, we're gonna lengthen. So you're gonna lift the leg, you're gonna bend it, tap the toe down, slide and lift back up. Good. So you're sliding and lengthening down the leg before you lengthen. Good work. Now again here, please, as you get tired, you might find that you're starting to roll on your back. Make sure you're facing me. Good. How does that feel? Good. So you should be feeling the work going on outside of the leg, back of the leg and your bottom. Little bit of inner thigh as well. And obviously your core is engaging as you're working. Good. Well done. Let's do a couple more here, guys. So we're doing a total of 8 here again, remember? Good. You're nearly there. How are we doing? Good. Perfect. Okay. Let's take a little release right there. All good? Excellent. Okay. This time, I'd like you to bend both legs. So you've got your knees stacked on top of each other. Now we're still leaving the head resting in the hand here. Feet are glued. You're going to open the legs and squeeze back down. So we're just taking a simple open and a close. Avoid overextending so that you're rolling back. I'd still like to be able to see, if you've got a logo on your top, I'd still like to be able to see that as you're working. Good. So we lift. So this is where we're squeezing the ketchup out of the bottle between our thighs. Imagine doing that in a Pilates class. Do it again. Well done. Good. How are we feeling, guys? So you're going to feel that really deep in your glutes. So we open and then close. Good. Nice job. Perfect. Let's do 2 more here. And then we're going to go for that forward leg sweep. We've got 1 more. Good job. So staying where you are with that lower leg. Are you good? You're going to lengthen your top leg. You're going to press sole of foot towards me, then point your toe and slide the leg back. So we flex as we come forward. It's staying at hip height, so we're lifted and we're pressing away. Good. Nice work. Lovely. So flex the foot as you come forwards, and then as you're taking it back, you're pushing through water. So you're really driving and pushing that leg away. Good job. Well done. Excellent. Nearly there, guys. Nearly there. Good. Awesome work. Well done. Let's do a couple more here. and we're going to move on. How are we doing? Are we good? Excellent. Let's do one more. Okay, perfect. Have a breather, and let's flip over, and we're going to do some work in a seated position, but we're going to be resting on our elbows. So again, I'm going to be side on here, so choose a position where you can see best. Sit yourself up for me. That's it. And then we're going to press ourselves back so that we're resting on our elbows. So the legs are going to be bent here. Good. So let's talk about what's happening here as we're getting set up. So I'll give you a bit of time to come down. So as you're lying or seated, I should say, your feet are in line with your knees. So your heel is lining up with your sit bone, your knees are lining up with your second and third toes for me, and your knees are lining up with your hips. There's lots of lining up to do here. And then just rest your elbows on the floor. So you're going to roll your shoulders back, and you're lifting your chest up towards the ceiling for me here. Good. So this is kind of like you're sunbathing, isn't it? Feels like you're sunbathing, really, really. Okay, let's bring the legs in. So the legs are over, knees are bent at 90 degrees, and the legs are bent. Good. Inhale for me and tap the right toe down, and then exhale, bring it back up. Do the same on the other leg. So we're just hinging here from the hips. I'm tapping the toe down with a bent leg. Good. Tap down. Perfect. How does that feel? Good? Excellent. Now, I want you to think here about what's going on with your upper body. What's going to happen, I see it all the time when I'm teaching this little series, is that we hunch the shoulders up. So I want you to let your shoulders just soften down away from your ears. Good, well done. Stay there. Good work, guys. Have I mentioned today, I keep lying on my wires. I'm actually annoying myself. Tap down, lift up. Good. Let's do it again. Now, you can stay with this, have a little breather. You can stay with that if you want to. I'm going to give you the option to take both legs out at the same time. It does make it quite a bit more challenging, so if it doesn't feel good for you, you don't have to do it. So we're going to begin by just tapping both toes down and lifting up. Good. So you're looking forwards in between your legs. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, bring it back up. Good. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, bring it back up. Lovely work. So it's a simple double leg drop here. If this feels too much for you, stay with the single leg, okay? And then you can always do this on a replay and try doing a double leg next time. So it is something that you can just build up to here. So just bear that in mind. That's it, well done. Good. Tap down and lift up. Good, let's do two more here, guys. So we're tapping down and lifting up. We've got one more. Good. Okay, now just take a little breather there for me. Just take a rest. I'm going to now add on to that for you. So remember, with my add-ons, if it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do them. So I'm going to begin with both legs bent again, just as I did a moment ago. This time I'm going to shoot the legs out straight, and then I'm going to pull them back in. Good. So I'm lengthening, and then I'm drawing the legs back in. It does feel a lot more challenging. If it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. Good. Your other option here is to leave one leg down on the floor and bring that leg in and tap down. So you have got the option, if you want to bring that leg down, okay? So you choose what is working for you. Good. So it's just a slight rest with the fingertips on the floor here. Your chest is staying open. Going to feel that really challenging, nice and low down in those abdominals. Good. Let's do a couple more here, guys. Well done. What is my blooming exercise watch doing? Good. Okay, now, have a breather just there for a moment for me. Take a little release. Okay, we're going to leave the legs and they're going to stay bent. So we're going to leave them lifted, okay? Now this time, you're going to drop the legs towards the right side. And then you're going to come back up to centre. And we're going to drop them to the left side. Now you'll notice here that I'm keeping the legs away from the floor. So I'm dropping across and coming back up to centre. Are you ready? Good. You've had a little break. Hands down on the floor. Legs come in. Knees are bent. Inhale, drop them to the right. Exhale, come back to centre. Inhale, drop them to the left. Come back to centre. Good. So now we're challenging our obliques here. Those muscles that run at the side of your main abdominals. Awesome. Well done. How are we feeling? Good? We're feeling amazing, Michelle. It's like I can read your mind. It's a gift, you know. Let's drop to the side. And then you're going to power back up. So you're keeping those feet away from your bottom as you're drawing across. Good. Well done. Now we're going to add everything together into what I like to call a grand extravaganza of delight. I just made that up. I know. Okay, so have a little breather. Let me show you what's what. So hands are resting down on the floor. You're going to press the legs away. You're going to bring them back in. They're going to drop to the right. You'll bring them back in. You're going to extend out away. You'll bring them back in. And you've guessed it. You'll drop them to the left and bring them back in. Ta-da! What do you think about that? Sound good? Okay. So, I don't know how my mat's moved either. Are you ready to go? Have a little seat. Get ready to rock and roll. So we begin with hands resting on the floor. Pushing down into the mat. Legs are in. Okay, push both legs out. Inhale. Exhale, pull them in. Inhale, drop to the right. Exhale, come back to centre. Inhale, push away. Good. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale, drop to the left. Exhale, come back to centre. Good. So we've got a nice little rhythm going here, guys. And you're dropping away. Good. How is that feeling for you? You should be feeling quite challenged. It should feel quite challenging for you. Good. Well done. Let me know how you're getting on. Good work. Perfect. Good. Let's do a few more here, guys. You're nearly at the end. Hooray! I hear you cry. Good. So you're really lengthening with those legs. Bring it back in. Good work. Looking forwards all the time as you're working. That's it. Pull away and drop the other way. Good. Push away and lengthen. Nice job. Okay, guys. Release and pop your feet down for me. Sit yourself up. Push your feet into the floor and softly just roll forwards. Just release everything. I want you just to release your shoulders here. So they've done lots of work today. So just release. So we've really taken some strain through the shoulders. So just hold it right there. Good. Nice work. Now, as you're staying there, I'd like you just to release yourself back down. And we're going to lie down on our backs. It's nice to lie down, isn't it? So if you wanted to put your yoga block underneath your head or your folded towel or your cushion underneath your head, feel free to do so, okay? Hands are resting just by your side. You're going to press your feet into the floor for me and your legs are bent at 90 degrees with your knees apart. So you haven't got your legs glued together here. Let's draw pubic bone up towards the ceiling. You're going to press feet into the floor, coming into bridge. So press hands, inhale, and peel your bottom away from the floor. Good. Exhale and slowly release back down. That's it. Well done. Let's do it again. Inhale, roll up for me. Now, as you're lifting, you're looking up to the ceiling. Exhale, release back down. Good. And can you think about every single one of your vertebrae? I want you to take a little mental picture of it as you're lifting and wheeling away from the floor. Good. Then slowly release back down. Good. Well done. Let's rise again. Inhale, lift up. Let's lengthen the arms. Exhale, release. Let the arms go overhead. Lovely. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, release, take the arms overhead. If this feels a bit too much, just leave the hands down by your side as we began with. But you're pushing your feet into the floor, squeezing the bottom and softly releasing. Lovely work. Inhale, rise again, lift off. Squeeze that butt. Exhale, softly release. Good work. Let's roll again. Lift, 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 lift. Good. Exhale, release. Slight change of arm line. Inhale, lift up for me. Open the arms out to the side. Stay lifted. Bring them back up to center. Do that again. Open to the side. Back up to center. One more. Open to the side. Back up to center. And slowly lower down. Whew. Let's do it again. Inhale, press feet to floor, lift up, stay lifted. Squeeze the glutes, open up, arms wide. Come back up to center. Open again. Good. Come back up to center. Let's do one more. Keep lifted there for me. Release and slowly lower back down. Good work. Rise again. Push your feet into the floor. So remember, you're wheeling up, lifting the arms, and then you're softly opening. Good. Well done, guys. This is going to be your very last exercise with me. Sad face. Good. Well done. Lovely. Can you do me just one more set here? So the next set's going to be your last set. And then we're going to stretch. How are we doing for time? We're doing well for time. Good. Okay, just wheel the spine back down for me. And just draw your legs in. Give yourself a little hug. Roll gently from side to side. Let's drop both of the legs to the right side. Let the arms open with nice soft shoulders. And turn the head away, looking down the left arm. Good work. Well done. Stay there. And then softly come all the way up through center. And we're going to change sides. So drop to the other way. Let the shoulder blades make contact with the floor. And you're looking away from where your legs are. So you're looking down that extended arm. Amazing. Stay there. Good. Lift up, bring the knees in, and then use your legs to roll yourself up. Amazing. Now, sitting, facing front for me, sitting nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Let's drop both of the legs to the right side, so the legs are at 90-90. Take the right hand onto the floor. As you inhale, you're going to lift all the way across, and take a little twist. So you're looking over that right shoulder. Good, well done. Release and come back down. And let's do it again. So we inhale, lift up. Take a little twist, look over the shoulder. Exhale, softly come back down. Good. Let's do one more on this side. Inhale, lift up. Well done. Release and come back down. Perfect. Should we switch sides? Okay. So draw the legs in. Come all the way through. Legs again are at 90-90. Hand comes underneath the shoulder. Big spiral twist, lift all the way off. Eyes towards the back hand, release and come back down. Good, then inhale again, lift up. How nice does this feel, by the way? And release, come on down. Good. Rise again, lift up. And softly find the floor. Good. Just sit yourself in a comfortable position. So sitting nice and tall with sit bones glued to the mat. Press strongly. So you can take your legs wide if you want to. Just rest your arms on your legs. Bring your chin down to your chest. Feel that nice extension right down your neck. And then softly lift up. Give your shoulders a little shrug. Bring the arms nice and wide. Wrap the arms around the top of the body. Draw the shoulders down and just give yourself a hug. And again, just try tucking in the chin here. Looking down towards the arms. Perfect, well done. Release, release your arms. Give your shoulders a little shrug. Take a big breath in, lift the arms all the way overhead. Release and let the arms just come back down to your side. Well done, guys. Hope you enjoyed that session. As I say, it's been can you believe it's been 16 months? My goodness me, last March was the first one that we did. So thank you for spending your weeks with me. I've really enjoyed being with you. Please let me know how you got on with that workout. Don't forget, I'm back on Wednesdays throughout August for Family Fitness. So hope to see you then if you can drag your kids along, all the better. It's going to be probably next week. It's going to be like kind of like a circuit style class for them. So I hope to see you then. If not, we will meet again. Don't forget to hook up with me on social media so you can stay involved with everything that's going on. And thank you for all your love and your support over the last many months. It's been amazing for me and the team. You are so welcome. And don't forget, you've got everything on Access. You can just get to it as many times as you want to, either by scrolling through on this page or going to Everyone Active on Demand. Lots of love, guys. Well done, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.